day, good morning. You're watching the Business News brought to you by Blytheway, and I'm Charlie Gibson. And today, it's our very great pleasure to welcome Igor Gonzales, the President and Chief Executive Officer of Sierra Metals, to the studio. Igor, very good morning to you. Thank you very much indeed for joining us.
Good morning, Charlie.
Sierra Metals, tell us about your assets.
Yes,
tell us how the
sure.
operations are going.
Sierra Metals is a polymetallic producer that has 3 operating assets, 2 in Mexico and 1 in Peru. These are 2 well-known mining jurisdictions with lots of support in terms of technical people, contractors, and construction support for the mining, plus a good legislation that supports the mining industry.
And you're in production, you're making profits. You had your first quarter results out the
Yes.
other day. What did they show?
Well, our first quarter results showed that we were short of meeting our targets for the first quarter, given the fact that 2 of our operations were undergoing expansions, and we were in a ramp-up period. The 2 mines in Mexico were going through a ramp-up period in order to meet the next level of production. Our Bolivar mine in Mexico is going into 3,600 tons per day from previous 3,000 tons per day. And our Cusi mine in Mexico as well was going from 650 to 1,200 tons per day. So we were ramping up both the mine and the plants. And of course, that has some ups and downs, and that's the reason why we had a slow first quarter. However, we think that by year end, we're going to still meet our targets and the guidance that we gave to the market at the beginning of the year.
Which is easy to operate? Which environment is easy to operate in, Mexico or Peru?
Well, they both have quite a number of differences. However, they're both very welcoming to mining. Peru presents more challenging permitting processes, and Mexico probably more challenging community relations. But however, both of them were quite comfortable. We've been able to put into action our growth plans in both countries, and we're supposed to do growth. Our strategy is quite simple. We do brownfield exploration. We grow our resources because we have huge potential on all 3 assets. And then once we complete that, then we convert those exploration results into reserves and resources. And once we finish that, then we go ahead with the expansions of the units. So we're trying to expand our Peruvian unit from current 3,000 to 3,600. As I mentioned, the Bolivar mine is going from 3,000 to 3,600 and then to 4,250 by the end of this year. And then the Cusi mine that is just ramping up from 650 to 1,200 should be at 2,400 by the first quarter of next year. So we're very actively expanding our operations because we have the potential to do so. We have the resources, we have the reserves to do that.
So I must ask you about your share price, which has had quite, I think it's fair to say, it's had a bit of a tough time recently.
Our share price has had a hard time indeed. We had a big challenge, which is our float is not very considerable, and as such, we don't have too many shares in the market, despite the fact that we are in the New York Stock Exchange and the Toronto Stock Exchange. We have 1 majority shareholder that holds 52% of the shares, and that's also a overhang over our shares.
Okay, Igor, thank you very much indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Igor Gonzales, the President and Chief Executive Officer of Sierra Metals. And as you can hear, the maybe an opportunity there. I'll be back. I'm Charlie Gibson, bringing you the business news brought to you by Blytheway. I will be back very soon with more such opportunities, but until then, you have a very capital day.